disguise it, keep it away from the light. I want you to hear from my friend Wyatt just for a few minutes. This is the way we're going to wrap up the service here. And Wyatt is getting ready to graduate from Life Challenge Flint in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And my first question for you, Wyatt, is tell us how the series of bad decisions landed you in the moment of crisis.
Hello? Hello?
Should be on soon. Yep.
Is it? Man, like he was saying, it doesn't just happen once and, you fall into a series of bad decisions. Who I hang out with. Kids in the audience today, I want to tell you, at 24 years old, who I hung out with is who I became. So who you hang out with is who you'll become. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. That is a true statement. I'm a walking testimony of that. But just decisions that I made, poor decisions, not listening to my father, not doing schoolwork, not listening to teachers. It just all landed into following the wrong kids and then going to the wrong places, parties. And then it led into high school to where I was that guy that, everyone came to for, the party. And then it led into getting a job outside of high school and having good money. And once I had money, I was unstoppable. It didn't just happen back when I was 13 when I first made the wrong decision. Years of bad decisions led to me in a dope house 1 year ago buying cocaine, and I overdosed because it was loaded with fentanyl, and I died within 5 minutes, and I had no other way to go, nothing else to believe in. I didn't believe in anything. Only thing I believed in is I knew the bar closed at 3 a.m. and opened at 7 a.m. That was the only thing I believed in. And 2 weeks into Life Challenge, I found God, came to Christ, and I've been on fire ever since. And that's kind of like the decisions that lead up to one bad decision, and it changed my life forever, forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what God has done in you has impacted people around you too. Tell us about, I know your dad's here today,
Yeah.
so you don't have to put him on the spot,
I
but
will.
talk about how you see, sin brings devastation to people all around us, but transformation brings change to people around us too.
That's right.
God flips the whole thing upside down.
That's right. That is right. So 2 weeks in, and Life Challenge has a 30-day blackout period where you don't see family, no letters, no nothing. You're shaking off the outside world, and you acclimate to the program. And so 30 days shows up, and my dad shows up, and it's like he hasn't seen. The look on his face is like shocked, like, oh my goodness, who is this guy? I've gained 30, 40 pounds, I dressed better, I was clean shaved, nice haircut, and he was amazed. Absolutely amazed, and didn't know, who did it or why he did it, what happened. He didn't know the process was taking place in me. 3-4 months goes by, and now I'm talking differently, I'm acting differently, I go on my pass, I'm praying over my food, I'm praying with him. I'm walking around with a Bible in my back pocket, and he is absolutely, amazed. So, about 6 months into my recovery, we go to church on Sundays at a recovery group. Pastor Ernesto, Flint City Recovery, it's on Sundays. And one of the guys, my dad was there and at the center, and one of the guys, hey, George, you want to go to church today with us tonight? And he was like, yeah, why not? I got nothing else to do. He's retired, so he's got nothing else to do. So yeah, he comes to church, and someone said, he goes, George, you're gonna get on that bus, man. You're never coming back. And it didn't click until afterwards, but now it's like, yeah, he's never came back. So he got on the bus that we all jump on and go to the church, and Chris Swanson was there preaching there at the time, and we're close friends with Chris Swanson, and Chris didn't know my dad was going to be there. My dad didn't know Chris was going to be there, so it was kind of a surprise. And at the end, he gave this story about a guy who, grew up, had a wife and a kid, and his wife passed away, and the kid turned down a road of drugs and alcohol, and I'm thinking, man, this is a similar story to me. And I look over, my dad's in tears, and he's weeping, and just, just crying and crying. It's like the Spirit of God was just coming over him, but he didn't even know at the time. And at the end of the sermon, I was told to come up to give, to lead people into the prayer if they wanted to receive the Lord. And he come walking up to me, and by the time I got there, Chris was running over, and he led my dad in the salvation prayer. And right there, January 27th of 2019, my dad was saved.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Teaching transgressors his ways, and sinners will be converted.
That's
Wow.
right.
Hallelujah.
That is
Hallelujah.
right. Yeah.
Man.
So.
Wow. So you're graduating in less than 2 weeks from this one-year program at Life Challenge Flint.
10 days, yep.
Yeah, 10 days. Thursday.
August 29th at 7 o'clock. You guys are all welcome. There's gonna be
On DuPont Street.
On DuPont. It's
Pack
a little,
it out.
It's a little
Yeah.
alarming street to go down, but you're protected. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Praise the Lord.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.